welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo, episode 21. So, you may remember in the previous episode we notably did the US-Japan Sports Car Championship, and well, as you can examine here by my Mazda RX-7 FC, this thing needs a wash. So I'm going to head over to the simulation mode screen and also just head to the car wash. Just give this car a quick wash. And now of course we are going to focus on our next event, which is the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. Well, going into this, I figured I was wanting to be a jack of all trades. So essentially overall, since I've already used a Japanese car for one of the regional events, I am now going to use one of the British car manufacturers, since that is the only other region of cars I can officially use. So I was thinking between Aston Martin and TVR, but in the end I eventually decided I was going to go for TVR, and well, since I figured of course this one was cheaper, I might as well go for this one. So going to get it in British Racing Green, and now of course we are basically going to tune the fuck out of this thing. So racing mufflers, sport brakes, also going to put on the computer chip, also put on the engine tuning as well, along of course with the port grinding, just to give my car enough power. And now of course we are going to work on the transmission. So racing gearbox, because it is built for race cars, and also going to get the triple clutch, along of course with the racing flywheel, and also the propeller shaft. And I of course am going to get the racing modifications, as we've got a choice between two colours here, between purple and blue, and well, since I haven't used blue yet, I might as well use the blue. And also, as for tyres, well, I've only really got enough for the semi-racing soft tyres, so yeah, I'm gonna put these on. So, I think now that I've pretty much entered poverty in terms of my financing, I pretty much need to win this championship in order to officially get some of my financing back. And I do mean more than once, but anyways. This is our next championship. Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. The clash between Japanese sports cars and British sports cars. So also, as you can see there, we need an A license to acquire access to this event, and also, as you can see down there, Japanese and British cars only. So 5 races: Tri-Mountain Reverse, Special Stage Route 5, High Speed Ring, Grand Valley East Reverse, and Special Stage Route 11 as our 5 races for this championship. 3 grand if we can put this car on the pole for one of these races, 20 grand if we can win the championship, and also 10 grand if we can win a race. So mathematically overall, if I am fortunate, I should be able to get about 70 grand. And to anyone who thinks I am gonna get the perfect 85 grand, then you will pretty much have to think again, because I think that will pretty much be a leap of faith. Even though I am still going to qualify for this event anyway, I'm really not expecting myself to officially put myself on the pole. But anyways, let's head to qualifying and see how we do. Even though I know for sure my lap time will probably be slow. Eventually qualified 4th, but essentially the only reason for that was because essentially I fucked up on this lap when the car got loose, and notably overall I ran wide early on in the lap, and essentially overall that was the main reason on why I ended up being 2/10 slower than the pole sitter. So yeah, but anyways, I did better than I was expecting at least. But again, because I didn't qualify on the pole, I'm not going to expect myself to be qualifying for the rest of the championship. So we have a relatively interesting grid order here, as we have another TVR Griffith 4 litre, very much like the one I have. A Mazda RX-7 FD, along of course with a Toyota Supra RZ, an Aston Martin DB7 Coupe, and also a Honda NSX Type S 0. So, let's get on with the first of 5 races in the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. Hopefully we can win, but I cannot make any guarantees. And I've already made contact with the Supra, who has already managed to make his way past the RX-7, and also I've noticed the DB7 has moved up a couple of positions as well. And also, essentially, as for the other Griffith, we are basically running exactly the same colours as one another, essentially. And well, I should probably mention, this also isn't the first time I've notably recorded this, because this is actually in my 3rd attempt of recording this. Since I know on my first attempt I forgot to officially record the race after I completed qualifying here at Trial Mountain, and on my 2nd attempt I had a disturbance. So this is now attempt 3 of me officially trying to record this, and hopefully if it's possible, third time, hopefully if it's possible, like they always say, third time's the charm. But again, guarantees are never official until you know the guarantee as promised. And the way I'm going now, I'm seriously doubting my chances of knowing if I will officially win this race because of how much because of how much this TVR was bouncing as we essentially went into the race. Also because of how much I was bouncing on the exit of the tunnel. But anyways. So just keeping myself committed and already setting a new best lap, and I essentially just wasted this lap to hell. And this lap has essentially just gone to hell. And pretty much power sliding through the hairpin there. Now heading through the tunnel. And I just hit the rocks. Oh, fuck me. Yep, this car just does not want to stay under control. And also the DB7 is in contention as well. As I, of course, am trying my best to fight back, get into the lead, and it looks like I've just done it. Victory! It is a victory for the leading TVR, and well, essentially, as for my twin, he eventually finished this race in 4th, but surprisingly overall the DB7 had actually done quite well in this race. And also, I think I know precisely who my main challenger is going to be for this championship. And well, 10 grand for winning. As we shall now move on to race number 2 at Special Stage Route 5. So, not going to qualify because I know I'll just be last. Or I think I'll just be last, but anyway. And we of course are now going to officially get on with race 2 of the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. Special Stage Route 5. As my TVR has officially just caused an eruption wheel spin. Also, furthermore, Rip Eddie Van Halen. So up into second now, I am past the FD, and now of course I need to chase after my boyfriend, or should I say my twin, considering both of our cars are pretty much identical to one another. We're basically twins. Which is essentially the main point. Behind me, just stating this, but anyways. Second lap, as we are heading through the tunnel. And of course, I'm still currently in second behind the other Griffith, which is basically my twin. And we of course are fighting for the lead now through the hairpin. And the Griffith has just hit the wall and has pretty much got the same bounce. The same amount of bouncing from that suspension that I've essentially been receiving. As we are now coming through to complete the second lap. I'm still holding on to the lead at the moment. At the present time. And over the line, we do now start the final lap. And already I am in the wall. But anyways, we are now starting our third and final lap of this race. As we are officially managing to hold on to the lead at the moment over our identical twin. As we now head through the hairpin. And also gaining a bit of a power slide there. And I've just hit the wall. Well, guess I'll just go fuck myself. Oh shit. And I think I just lost this race. Unless I can fight back, but I don't think I can. Because I seriously fucked up there. Yep, okay, I have definitely fucked this up. I definitely fucked up at the chicane, there is no doubt about that. And oddly enough, I couldn't even be bothered to finish this race using my throttle. But fortunately for me at least, in spite of me having the fuck up, I do at least have a 3-point lead over my identical twin. The Supra is currently in third, ahead of the DB7, and then it is the FD in fifth, and the NSX is in last. But anyways, I completely fucked up that final lap. That was entirely my mistake. Fuck me. Well, at the very least, I did manage to win race 1. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I just completely fucked up that final chicane. There was literally no way I was going to come back from that. No fucking way. But anyway, let us try to forget about that and just focus on race 3 at high speed ring, and hopefully this time I will not fuck up the final sequence of corners. Even though essentially overall this course itself is all about speed. And I have already made my first mistake. Considering I thought for sure I could officially reduce the wheel spin off the start, but apparent as it might be, I've now discovered I actually need that wheel spin. As I of course have now forced the NSX out wide to move myself up into second position now, as the FD is fighting with the Supra. And it looks like it's currently the FD that has the advantage, even though essentially overall my reverend, or my twin I should say, did have the lead before the final corner, which is essentially where I took the lead. So 1 lap down, 2 to go. Oh fuck. Somehow that did not go. Somehow that did not go as horrible as I thought it was going to go. even though essentially overall I'm still upset. Even though essentially overall I'm still upset on how I literally made pretty much the rookiest of all mistakes. It was just literally a fucking rookie error I made at that final corner, or just before the final corner. I basically had no chance of coming back after that one. But anyways, well, looks like at the moment, as long as I don't go off course this time, I may be able to pull this off. Though I am still willing to accept, of course, that, well, whatever happened at Special Stage Route 5, that was completely my mistake. I mean, this car itself is already difficult enough. It's already difficult enough to handle on a qualifying lap alone, let alone in the race as well, but still. Hopefully in my second run I may be able to look for some redemption. But anyways, I'm now 6 points clear of my twin, and also the Supra is currently 6 points ahead of the FD. The DB7 is currently still holding on to 5th, and the NSX is still in last. But anyways, another 10 grand for winning, and well, I might as well save a replay whilst I'm at it, because I don't think I've actually got many shots of me at high speed range, so, you know, I might as well get this one. But anyway, now we move on to the fourth race of this championship at Grand Valley East Reverse. So, fuck qualifying, because I know I'll just be last. And well, I am officially going to focus on just getting through this race, and hopefully, if it is possible, I will not repeat the same mistake that I made at Special Stage Route 5. Because even though I won at high speed ring, I'm still pissed off with myself. I'm still pretty much pissed off with myself about how I literally made the rookiest of all mistakes. I mean, I'm still upset on how I literally just made the fucking simplest of all mistakes. And the mistakes are passing on, considering this fucking thing is already difficult enough to control. Considering this thing is already difficult enough to control alone, let alone when I'm pretty much going flat out, and yet somehow still managing to see myself in second after lap 1. But anyways, I'm now catching up to my identical twin, as I now take the lead. As I now take the lead in this race, I'm up into first, and we of course are basically dueling it out as twins. It is tremendous stuff. At the present time, as we of course are currently in the lead after 2 laps, and now we only have 1 to go. And I've already made an early lap mistake. And I've already made my first mistake. And he's got me. But again, I'm not going to allow him to overtake me, and oh fuck me. Yep, okay. I clearly fucked up there. Fuck me. I'm not even gonna finish this race in second, I'm gonna finish it in third. Which essentially means of course that I need a damn good result in order to officially finish this on a high. So I need a damn good result in order to win the championship. I literally need to beat the Griffith if I am to win the championship. Because right now there is only 1 point between us. And essentially, because I know very well that I've notably been making mistakes, there is only 1 point between us. Although, fortunately at least, since I've managed to finish every race on the podium, my consistency has been stronger than my twin. And also the Supra, he is very much secure for third. But anyways, I literally need to beat the other Griffith if I am going to be guaranteed this championship. I literally need to beat him. Fuck qualifying, because I know I will just be last. And so, let us move on to the 5th and final race of the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. Special stage, Route 11. Hopefully, if it's possible, I can overtake my twin. Considering we are both using exactly the same car, and I really cannot afford any mistakes. Well, not any last lap mistakes anyway. And yet somehow I'm now up into the lead, but again, I still need to beat my twin if I am essentially going to win this fucking championship. Because I completely fucked up at Gran Valley. That was completely my mistake, what I did at Gran Valley. And well, because this is Route 11, there is very much going to be a guarantee of seeing the mistakes or pass onwards to here. But hopefully if it's possible, my second run will go a lot better than this one has gone. Even though, surprisingly overall, this is officially the most exciting battle I have officially had for a championship in this game so far. Because there's only really 1 point between me and my twin. And I really need to stay out in front if I am going to win this. And I essentially need the Griffith and I essentially need my twin to finish in second or lower. So essentially overall, I've basically got to beat my Griffin brethren in order to officially win this championship, basically. Since there was only really 1 point between us coming into this race. And well, hopefully after this, that advantage will be increased to 4 points, if I can pull off the win. Because I really cannot afford any mistakes at this point. And because I know very well the rear end of this car is just so fucking loose. It's literally just like it's almost impossible to keep a hold of this car. Even though oddly enough I am trying my best to keep this car under control. But anyways, yeah. I still need to win this race in order to win the championship. So, rounding out the final corner, heading on to the straightaway. And, alright, here we go. Final lap. And it looks like it is very much going to be a two-way battle to see who will win this race. Because the Griffith is keeping up with me quite closely. But somehow I'm still managing to hold on to the lead. As all I really need to see right now is the Griffith in my mirrors and not in front of me. Or essentially my fellow Griffith, but anyways. Hopefully my second run will turn out to be a much better run than this one. Because I've definitely fucked up in this championship. And yet somehow, if I can win this race, then I will definitely be satisfied with the championship results. Considering, furthermore at the same time, this is also the closest margin that I have officially seen in this game to notably go for a championship, because even though I am managing to hold on to the lead, there's still every opportunity I could still fuck up this lap, but thankfully at least it looks like this time I am not going to do it this time. So heading on to the final straightaway, and across the line we go. Victory! And so there we go. It is officially victory for me and my Griffith over my identical twin by 4 points. So I have won this championship by 4 points over my identical TVR Griffith 4-litre twin. Then it was the Toyota Supra in third, followed by the RX-7 FD in fourth. Then we had the DB7 in fifth, and also the Honda NSX was last. So 37, 33, 23, 15, 11 and 6 are officially your final point standings for this championship. And where I of course have officially managed to win 3 out of 5 races. Although essentially overall I still think I should have probably won 4 of those races. Well, hopefully if it's possible I can officially correct that, and when I do, anyways, 20 grand for winning the championship, and of course the trophy that shows we are the series champion. And so hopefully overall, if I do not make the same mistakes again, hopefully I will officially be able to give myself some redemption from the races that I uncharacteristically lost from my own mistakes. Or should I say, very characteristically lost. But anyways, so this is the first car we win, a Honda CRX Del Sol LM Edition. And now of course we are going to save the game, and we are essentially going to attempt all of this shit again, and officially trying to see if we can win our other prize car from this event. Hopefully we can, but I will not make any guarantees. But anyways, let's head back to the championship and see if we can turn that average 37 into a perfect 45. Instant. I did manage to end this championship on a more positive score, even though essentially overall the only race I officially lost this time was at High Speed Ring, and unfortunately that was mainly because essentially, as usual with me and rear-wheel drive cars, I made a very characteristic mistake at High Speed Ring, because essentially I spun on the final lap. I basically fucked up, and yeah, and I basically handed that win over to the Cerberus. But anyways, so pretty much almost all of the British cars in this championship took the top 3 steps on the podium, before the DB7 was narrowly beaten by the RX-7 due to his lack of consistency. The 3rd gen Toyota Supra had eventually finished in 5th, and also the NSX had eventually finished in last. So a more representable 42 points to me, 29 to the Cerberus, 16 to the RX-7 FD, 15 to the DB7, 14 to the Supra, and 9 to the NSX are your final point standings for this championship. We are now officially going to move on. I've also set a new lap record, but anyways. So another 10 grand for winning, as I of course am only 10 credits away from 110,000. Already saved the replay, and let's collect our winnings. And hopefully if it's possible, I have succeeded in winning the other prize car from this event. Or at least the prize car I want anyway. So there is our trophy. And we shall now wait and see if we have officially got the prize car we want. So 2 regional events down, 1 to go, and now we just need to see if we have got it. And yes, we do. So the other prize car we win from the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship is the TVR Cerberus LM Edition, as the other car we officially win from the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship. Nice. Very nice. Also very British as well. Even though lots of people hate TVR, I still at least managed to give them a win. But anyways, so just going to save the game now, and yeah, there we go. So, that was the Anglo-Japanese Sports Car Championship, and next up will officially be the Anglo-American Sports Car Championship. Stay tuned for more GT1.